Okay guys, so today we're going to compare a street bike and a trail bike. And let me explain this, let me get this out first. Just because this one is labeled as a TRL and it stands for trails, and Colt, I mean this bike right here, if I have to categorize it as a street, that does not mean you cannot ride this in the trail. That doesn't mean you're gonna show up to the trails and then the guy's gonna be like, nah, this is a street bike, you gotta get out of here. Or that doesn't mean you can't take the trail bike and go and meet up with Ethan here, and Ethan's like, that's a trail bike, get out of here. No. You could do either or. But I'm going to show you guys something very specific that makes this a trail versus this is a street. Okay? Okay. I want you to get kind of like a view of the bike. See if some of you guys can kind of spot what's the difference and what's not. So, now that you guys got a gander at that, you guys can be like, you know what, I don't see it. Some of you guys might see it, okay? So, I'm gonna go quickly explain it over, and then after that, we're gonna have our boy right here. Woo! What's up? Look at Ethan. Ethan, what's up? Does your girlfriend know about this? Does your girlfriend know about this?
I walked this way to not be in your video, sorry.
So then after that, we're going to hand it over to Ethan, because why? Look guys, I know how to wrench and all that really good, but I cannot ride as good. Ethan, my man here, the guy is so gifted. He's gonna be able to get on this thing blindfolded and he'll be able to tell you what is up. Okay.
For the record, 10 seconds of a woman in Phu Vu is all focused.
No,
What do you mean he's looking around?
Okay, back to business. Okay, so look guys, the handlebar, top load stem, all pretty much the same exact thing. Tires, you know what? You could actually ride trails on this, which I've seen Max do, and you could ride trails on this, but this is labeled as a trail, but it's street. You're on these tires, aren't you?
Kinda.
So and you know, this is Street Master right here.
Yes, sir.
He rides on the trail tire on the street, so it doesn't matter. If you guys look at the cranks, 19mm 8 spline pinch, literally the same exact cranks. Yes guys, I hate to break your guys' heart, but they all come from the same manufacturer. One of the key things that you're gonna see different is that the street bike comes with a plastic pedal. Trail bike comes with a metal pedal. Now, some of you guys are like going, that's what I'm doing wrong. That's what I'm doing wrong. That's why I can't ride trails, because I have plastic. No, but for the purists, the trails, they prefer the metal because the mud kicks up their shoes and all that, it will stick. But the plastic will also stick too, okay guys? I explained that in one of the video about how the pedals and the shoe you wear coincide. Okay. I think one of the biggest features that you guys gonna see is, okay, get your head out of the gutter, Look at this thing, guys. Look, you got your classic 25.9. Classic here. But look at this side. Woo, what is wrong with that? This thing look a little bit bigger, isn't it? What is that, a 28?
28.
See? God, this guy makes. Hey man, if I was a dad, he'd make me proud, man. He'd make me proud, all right? 28. But then also, guys, what else you guys notice? Look at the brakes. It's down at the bottom of the chainstay where this is on top. Now, guys, again, this doesn't mean that you guys can't take one and the other, do the other. But traditionally, the trail guys, they prefer the brakes down here on the chainstay and the bigger gear. The bigger gear is because they want to get a little bit more speed when they're pedaling into the jumps versus a street where you don't need a lot of speed to do a lot of the stuff. And if you do, just pedal a little bit more. But the trail guys, they like to stick like that. I really can't tell you. So if some of you guys want to chime in, I want to hear it again, guys. Just because you're seeing me do it doesn't mean I know everything. Some of the guys that comment in, they actually know a lot of stuff. So you guys read some of the comment and you guys can learn things. I don't know why those guys pick chainstay brakes, because you know what? There's theories that it stops better because the wheel rotation is going down. Therefore, when you pull it, the brakes pull down, it'll stop better. You know what? I seen a lot of park guys that run that brake on top, and it stops on a dime when they fly out to tail tap. It does that.
I will say, if you do park tricks and like street riding and stuff, your foot does hit this and it drags the arms down and it won't do it there.
There you go. See, and that's coming from another talented rider. Who are you?
Some guy.
So Alf, yeah, guys, I know you guys watch Alf and you guys don't. He's a very underrated guy. When in his prime, this guy's a very talented dude. And coming from a guy that could tail whip better than any of us, yes, he addressed that the brakes on the seat stay will get in the way versus on the bottom, where on the bottom is better. But trails wise, this is what they prefer. Another thing you're gonna notice is the standover. This has a taller standover. The trail guy likes that. There's just preference, right?
Tail whips.
What about tail whips?
Your foot clears over the top too easier.
Yeah, well, I know some guys that tail whip this thing pretty good.
All right, think about Corey Jarman. Remember he said, oh my God.
So, now that we put all that out and you guys could see some of it, we're gonna tell you the biggest difference that you guys don't see is the length. From center of the bottom bracket to the slam of the rear end. This one right here, guys, I know we looked at the specs and I think the specs on the internet's a little bit wrong. But look, I got the crank up and down. This is how I normally measure. I measure center to slam. Slam is right where the dropout ends. This one measure at about 13 and a half. Some of you guys have a different way of measuring it, but this is the way I measure it. We're gonna set this thing straight up and down. We're gonna measure this one slam. This one right here looks like about 13.75. Okay? So 13.75 versus the 13.5. That's a 1/4 inch difference. Some of you guys are like, oh God, big deal. It does make a big deal, and I'm gonna show you guys, okay? Where did Ethan? Hey!
Just ran inside.
But there you are.
I got a call.
Yeah?
I hung up on it. Don't worry about it.
So this is where I'm going to hand the privilege of the measuring, so I give him the power. The power. Yes. Now you can get on. Now you hold the magic YouTube tape measure, you can get on.
What am I measuring?
He's going to explain to you by getting on the bike and riding these steeds of the difference in the rear end.
Approximately 40.
Yeah. Come on, stop it, sir.
All right.
So Ethan's gonna get on. Ethan's gonna show you guys the different rear, how it affects, and he's gonna explain it. Shoot.
All right. I don't know how I got suckered into this, but listen up.
I told you I was gonna buy you a burrito.
Oh, okay. This is news to me. Let's go. So the Colt street bike, right? So it's got a little bit shorter rear end. To me, the shorter the rear end is, the more responsive the bike is gonna feel, if you can imagine. So the shorter, it's gonna be easier to lift up, easier to pop 180s and spin 360s and stuff, but it's gonna be more squirrely, it's loose, it's wiggly, it's all over, you know. It's a real small bike. When you have the longer bike with the longer rear end, it brings those wheels apart, giving the whole bike a little bit more mellow feel. So when you're soaring through the air, a big ass 10-foot dirt jump, you know, exactly. It's a little bit more mellow and stable through the air, just because you've got a longer wheelbase. I don't know why, I just know that's how it feels. But, you know,
I think it also has to do with the way you take off from a jump, because the tires are more spread out, so it's like more stable as you take off.
So hop on that, Steve. Okay. And let's see. Okay. You're gonna, what's that? The TRL. This has a longer back on. So the back end on this thing, guys, it was 13 and 7.5.
What do you want me to do?
Let's see how you ride it, and let's see how you test how long the rear.
Long rear end. feels like nice and mellow. Stable. It feels like my manuals are very locked in, you know. Just what's the word I'm looking for?
Long.
You know, long. It feels
See,
long.
you guys are on the same page as me now.
It feels all right. Let's get the street bike. Now the street bike, along with a shorter rear end, they tend to have a little bit taller feel, a little bit shorter stem, a little bit steeper fork, steeper head tube, tighter bottom bracket. There's a few things.
That's what I forgot to mention. The steepness of this on that one right there, I think it's 7.5. This one is
75 and a half, probably.
no, I'm wrong. 74. 74.5. This one is 75.
This one has a steeper head tube. So the rake of your fork is steeper, closer to straight down. Boom, that's steeper. Basically that gives you more twitchy, quick steering. It's good for 180s, bar spins, half cabs, quick, you know, grind combos. But again, if you're doing dirt jumps, you're gonna want something that's mellow and stable through the air. Bring those wheels apart, rake the fork out, rake the head tube out. It's gonna be just better feeling, I guess, when you jump.
But that being said, it's not saying that if you happen to have one of these, you show up to the trails, you're screwed. You're not gonna be able to ride.
There's amazing riders who ride trails on way smaller bikes than this even. So anything's possible. Whatever's comfy for you is the best.
Let's see some movement.
Okay, check this out.
Damn, that's actually pretty
Oh, it
good.
snapped the handlebars right off. No, I'm just kidding.
So doing that and doing it on the one with the longer rear end.
This bike feels way easier to spin, smaller, tighter, more technical, but I feel like if I were to take it off a big jump, I'd be kind of like, whoa, through the air. Whereas that one, you're gonna be able to get a nice higher top speed with that gearing, a lot more mellow once you pop off that lip, since you've got so much more rear end to kind of bounce off. I don't know, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. So, thank you, Ethan. Yeah, so, you know, what better person to throw that out there? But again, guys, Ethan right there demonstrated the physical aspect of it, whereas I went and I show you kind of like the verbal aspect of it. And Ethan makes some really good, excellent point. The longer bike with the longer rear end is more stable versus the little one. But guys, keep in mind, that is not to say that will not be allowed on the street. This is sacrilegious to take this out in the dirt. It's not. You can do both, but just one will be a little bit better. But if you just plan to just ride trails, but you just happen to like this brand or this bike, get it, and you will get used to it, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like if you want to ride really far, like you could buy a beach cruiser, but you should buy a road bike. So like if you want to ride dirt, just get the dirt bike instead of the street bike. They're like the same price.
Yep. So there you guys have it. I hope that clears up everything with you. If there's any confusion, drop us a comment. If there's any feedback, any kind of other recommendation, guys, you know what? Help me help you, okay? Or us, you know, and then we would know. We'll be like, you know what? He's right. Yeah. Okay, guys? Subscribe, comment, suggestion, guys. Guys, you know what? I see you guys commenting a lot on, hey, you know, you guys are still sold out. Guys, please. Alf's got so much to do. I got so much to do. We are trying our best to get you guys out there, get products into the website. So please, guys, keep checking, keep messaging. You guys aren't bothering us. EpicBMX.com. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for everything you guys do. I'm out.